My research question was, to what extent do social media influencers promote and influence alcohol use in adolescents in the US? Adolescents are some of the most impressionable groups of people. Social media influencers and corporations use this to post and promote alcohol and many other products. Rachel Monroe stated in her article, Ultra Fast Fashion is Eating the World, that these targeted ads were inescapable if you were on social media. Expert in management and business at the IPB University in Indonesia, Attica Hermanda, discovered through her research that social media users indirectly viewed social media influencers as role models in terms of lifestyle. This shows that as youth find their identity in teen years, they are more likely to look at influencers for that identity. And a greater number of followers indicates greater emotional activation, although it translates into negative emotion. And this shows that as these influencers grow in following, they're able to get more reaction out of viewers that look at their pages and stories. Social media influencers are easy for teenagers to get invested in, as they are similar to their audience and hence more appealing. Identification is easy when there is a mold mimic. This shows that followers of social media pages that have large numbers of followings, over 100,000, get more engagement rates on all their posts and are able to influence their followers more. Influencers reach on adolescents. Hanneke Hendricks, an assistant professor of communication resources at the University of Amsterdam, has found that adolescents are very vulnerable to celebrities and that they promote drinking in a pro-social way. Minors might be encouraged to start drinking, or, if they already drink, consume more alcohol. This shows that when promoters post about alcohol and other things, they're more likely to follow in their footsteps and do what they are. The long-term effects of underage alcohol use are school problems, such as higher absences and poor grades. Social problems, such as increased aggressiveness, fighting, and lack of participation in youth activities. Also, legal problems, if you are caught driving drunk or fighting someone while drunk. And physical problems, such as hangovers, illnesses, and future neurological effects. This comes from the Erie County Department of Health. A recent survey by the National Center for Drug Abuse Statistics shows that 7.1 12 to 20-year-olds report drinking in the last month. Among these, 60.2% report binge drinking. This means that approximately 4.3 million of these 12 to 20-year-olds were drinking more than 5 beverages at once. This is definitely a problem because alcohol is illegal for under 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds. And if people are engaging in these actions at a very young age, it is inappropriate and can lead to many more consequences. Popular Canadian social media influencer group, Nell, uses alcohol to promote their merchandise and following account. They have nearly 6 million followers on YouTube, and with such a wide reach, they are in a position where so many people look up to them and do what they tell them to do. So why not set a good example and be responsible? With these influencers portraying these behaviors to a younger group in such a pro-social manner, this can only influence more and more to join in on them, even when they are inappropriate and illegal age. Registered psychologist and licensed professional teacher Jean Brown defines pro-social actions as actions or behaviors that benefits or rewards another individual. In this instance, it can be social rewards such as acceptance, popularity, and attention. With such a problem like this, it requires action, and immediate action. One solution that I came across could be government intervention. This would entail lawmakers passing acts to ban influencers from alcoholic posts or promotions when they reach over 100,000 followers. This is because once influencers pass 100,000 followers, it has been shown that their engagement rates on posts only increase. The implications of this solution were that it would strictly enforce any regulation. This is important because it would really stop influencers from posting due to legal requirements. As well as it would lower engagement rates with alcohol posts because of these influencers not being able to post about it over 100,000 followers. However, there are many limitations to this. First off, being it violates free speech. Stopping these influencers from posting about alcohol how they want would be a violation of their First Amendment rights. It would also be easy to find loopholes, such as creating separate accounts once they reach this follower limit. and it violates the freedoms to advertise and many other civil freedoms, such as posting on social media platforms. Our second solution is a free market solution. This solution would entail an independent council creating a stricter universal guideline that would for internet censorship of alcohol promotion and paying influencers to promote against alcohol use and not partner with these brands. This solution would entail a worldwide agreement on rules to stop the promotion and encouragement of drinking, along with a set method of payment for promoters who post against it and not partner with these brands. This solution would block influencers from finding loopholes in the solution, such as solution 1, because they would be rewarded for posting against it and not partnering with brands. It would cause strict international guidelines on posting, which is a world first and has not been tried before. It would encourage influencers to join the fight against adolescent drinking with rewards and money payment. However, the limitations of this, it would be hard to get all these countries to cooperate, as this is a world first and has not been done before. It would also run into many difficulties regarding certain civil rights across many countries because of the difference in freedoms. And also, across all nations, a set pay rate may also be unaffordable because of certain countries' economies. A third solution would be an alternative social media platform. This alternative social media platform would be strictly for adolescents, and nobody over the age of 18 could join. This is so that they could not promote inappropriate behaviors such as alcohol use. The implications of this would separate adolescents by age and ensure no inappropriate behaviors occur by moderators. This is a secure way of allowing adolescents on social media without the influence of promoters that are over 21 promoting alcohol. However, the limitations of this solution, it would be hard to moderate everything adolescents say. By removing people over the age of 21, positive role models may be removed and further encourage more harmful behaviors. It would also run into the issue of people falsifying identities so they could reach the adolescents on this page. In conclusion, my ideal solution would be the free market solution. This is because it would take influencers to use their power for good and reward them for it. It would also set strict universal guidelines that people could not find loopholes around. Despite civil and financial issues, it would be the most effective and safe way to reduce and slow down adolescent drinking. These are my words.
Okay, Sean, what evidence did you gather that you didn't include, and why did you choose not to include it?
There was 2 instances of this. First one, it was that different social media platforms had different effects on different genders. I didn't use this because in my research, I wanted to focus on influencers across all platforms and not just a specific gender of adolescents as a whole, because it's a very large issue on those genders.
Okay. And moving forward, what additional questions emerge from your research that might be interesting to research moving forward?
I would like to research personally the effects of anti-alcohol posts on adolescents, because through my research, I was able to prove that adolescents react differently and are influenced more when alcoholic posts are presented to them by their influencers. So finding what kind of effect that the influencers posting promotions against alcohol and stuff like that, what kind of effect that would have on them.
All right, thank you. Good job.